go.
Here we are, huh?
I never let my dear Savior in.
You know who's super good?
Sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart.
We're using all our best.
Yeah, it'll never be this good.
Yeah.
In fact, they're idiots not to be rolling when
Yeah.
we walk in.
Yeah.
Maybe we haven't been introduced. My name is Chet Baker. I'm one of the greatest trumpet players of my generation.
I first heard about Chet Baker and was approached to play him by Richard Linklater, and I was going to do the young Chet. Back when I was 28, 29, I was going to play the 25-year-old Chet in the birth of the bebop era. But he was pretty popular in London.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember, like, when I was a kid, my mum had a Chet Baker CD. She always used to put it on while she was cooking. You know, so, you know why you and Audrey don't get along? One of you's afraid the other's gonna beat her to my pocket when I get drunk.
That's a hurtful thing to say, son.
Were you listening to Hank Williams, really a lot of those songs for the first time, getting ready for
Yeah,
that?
I knew Hey Good Looking. I knew Lovesick Blues. The big discovery for me when I started listening to it was realizing how he essentially invented rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
And so the melody of Move It On Over is exactly the same melody of Rock Around the Clock. You can actually fit Rock Around the Clock inside Move It On Over.
Last night at 10:30, that baby of mine wouldn't let me in, so move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over.
Did you learn the guitar for the movie, or did you already play?
I was one of those students who had a guitar in university, and I knew
But
it
you
around.
kicked it up a notch.
Oh, yeah.
You play really well.
Well, you
with it.
did too. Did you? I mean,
Yeah.
Did you play the trumpet?
No, I really should have been cast in your part, and you should have been cast in mine, because you
sure.
play the trumpet. After my third or fourth trumpet lesson, I called the director up and I said, could we push a year? Like,
Yeah.
please, I promise I'm not dropping out.
I know that
but,
fear.
But if I had a year, my trumpet teacher said, it would need to be 8 years, I think, and you still wouldn't be able to play like Chet Baker.
Yeah. I made exactly the same call. I started learning, and I was like, okay, I need more time. I haven't got enough time to get there.
I was just an absolute panic. As I learned My Funny Valentine and I could start to play, it didn't sound good still, but then I'd kind of discovered, well, if I cranked the playback up really high,
Right.
I could play along with it and actually start to have fun.
Yeah.
It's so,
challenging.
and it's a weird obstacle to put on top of giving a performance.
Yeah. You can't just sing. You have to transmit the power of the song of an icon, you know.
You make me smile. Well, the other day I was realizing, like, the couple hardest things I've ever had to do in my life as an actor. One is sing My Funny Valentine. Like, to have some cameras rolling and say, okay, now Ethan's gonna sing My Funny Valentine like Chet Baker. Go. You know?
I thought the same thing. We did Lovesick Blues.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Lovesick Blues.
Yeah, you do that. That's a hard song to play, and you kill that.
But it's like, but there's
Yeah.
a moment when you wake up that morning and you put yourself together and brushing your teeth, going, my day job is to go out and sing Lovesick Blues like Hank Williams.
Okay.
It's not a small day.
When you are sad and lonely and have no place to go, come to see me, baby, and bring along some dough.
And you know what you did that I really, really liked is that you don't try very hard. You know, a lot of times when people,
Believe me, I did.
by that I mean a lot of Americans, I think, might have been burdened by a sense of the South that they probably would have overdone it.
Right.
You didn't try to do everything. And I really enjoyed that about it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's funny when it's foreign territory. When I went down to Nashville and I was charmed by certain things that were very exotic to me because it wasn't second
Like?
nature. But the way people talked, you know.
Yeah, right.
The way Hank used to say, this one's bought us quite a few beans and biscuits, you know.
The way they would do that radio patter.
Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know, that's good. You
This,
know,
is, this is Hank Williams and the Drifting Cowboys. We're awful sorry we're getting a late jump.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And if the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, I'll be there soon. Lola, put the coffee pot on, put the biscuits in the oven. I'll be there quickly, if not quicker.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
The musicality of it, you got it just right. All right.
That was cool,
Yeah,
man.
fun, really
Yeah.
fun, really fun. Yeah.